We need to take a long, hard look at how we educate people at school and at homes. It's supposed to be that as we get older, our brains develop, we gain life experience, we develop problem-solving skills so we can make better life decisions. Unfortunately, I do not see that happening these days. As a matter of fact, we regress as we get older. And the sad thing is that we accept that to be normal. Let's take a look at a study conducted by NASA on children.
It was a study that was done in the 1960s, and it was commissioned by NASA because they wanted to know how to hire more geniuses. So they hired George Land and his team to go out and figure out what makes a genius. So they started with a group of 5-year-olds, and they gave them a creativity test. The way they defined genius was, how do you use your creative imagination to solve problems? And what they found was, of this group of 5-year-olds, 98% qualified as geniuses. Then they came back 5 years later when this group was 10 years old, and it was down to 30%. 5 years later at 15, it was down to 12%. And then I think they just kind of gave up in disgust. But George Land took it further and went out and surveyed adults and found that only 2% of adults. He attributed this to school, 100% to school, that you would take a population, 98% genius, and dumb them down to 2%. He said uncreative behavior and thinking is learned.
As we get older, we not only regress in creativity, we also regress in empathy and compassion. And this affects how you think and see the world. Let's take a look at how third graders see the world and then compare it to grown, educated adult leaders, how they deal with it. Okay, what gift would you like to give the world to make it a better place?
I would like to give the whole world love, food, water, clothes, and a home.
Thank you.
Vi ska känna oss trygga här. Vi ska vara glada, inte ledsna. Vi ska ha det bra här och känna sig trygghet. För att jag vill inte att människor ska dö. Jag vill att de ska leva. Yeah.
When you have a problem with your friends or your classmates or your neighbor, how do you solve it?
If it's with my friends, then I say sorry.
Okay.
If it was with my friends, we can grab a teacher to solve it, or we can solve it by ourselves, say it wasn't like an accident, and then say sorry and then hug.
Okay. Do you kill them?
No! Just because like we had an argument, but it doesn't mean that we need to kill them because they don't want to be killed. And it's not that nice to kill people. So.
This is how our leaders solve the problems of the world.
Well, 2024 was the year of elections. Wars and conflict, both new and old, raged around the world, from Lebanon to Ukraine and Haiti to Myanmar. So, as we've done in previous years, in this video, we're going to go through and explain the world's ongoing wars.
We cannot allow this to happen any longer. 40 years ago, musicians stood against hunger. Instead of guns, they, the Band Aid, used music. The world heard them, but they were not loud enough, as hunger has not been eradicated. If we, the leaders of this planet, can offer nothing but terror, conflict, pollution, fear, inequalities, and war to 8 billion people, then we must confront the truth. We are complicit in crimes against our civilization and our planet.
When a person lacks creativity and empathy, force and violence becomes their favorite means of solving problems. The question then is, how do we preserve creativity and idealism in young people so they can carry this into older age? As Spira Schooler, we work with mindfulness. Getting to sit with your thoughts, know yourself, know your thoughts. We work with yoga so you can get to know your body. We also work with active thinking, which is like critical thinking, learning to think for yourself and make decisions for yourselves. Parents, we encourage you to start reading to your children from a very young age, even before they could talk. Encourage them to keep reading as they get older. Give them responsibilities. Let them solve problems on their own. Feed their curiosity. Encourage them to ask questions. And finally, reduce screen time. Spend as much time as possible in nature and let them play with natural objects.